Hello everybody and welcome back to Nerdy Miniatures, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to paint a Dark Angel's Inner Circle companion. If you want to see the full video on how I did this, then please look at our lives channel where I painted all three figures, but since I painted all three exactly the same, I thought I'd do a short mini tutorial for you guys, just for those of you who want to know exactly how I did it. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. I began by spraying the figure using Chaos Black spray paint. This made it very easy because it meant I didn't have to paint the entire figure in black, as most of the clothing on this figure is black, but it did also mean that I had to do a couple more layers of other colours. Going in first with Rakarth Flesh, I applied this to all of the tunics that all three figures wear. Next, I went in with Lead Belcher and I began to paint the blade on the sword. Lead Belcher is always my go-to when it comes to blades, and in this case it still worked just as well. Following this, I went in with Retributor Armour and I painted any of the attachments on the back of the jump pack of the figure. Then, going in with Corn Red, I began to paint the robes of the figure. I did 2 coats of this in the end just to make sure it was fully covered. Going back in with that Retributor Armour, I then began to pick out any of the small details on the shoulder panels. Now it was time to shade, so beginning first with Carroburg Crimson, I went over any of the red robes. Next, I went in with Nuln Oil and covered most of the rest of the figure. For any of the gold elements, I went in with Agrax Earthshade. And for any of the light elements, like the tunic, I went in with Seraphim Sepia. At this point the figure was looking a little bit shiny, so I went in with some Corn Red on a dry brush and just dry brushed it over the robes. Next I went in with Wazadaka Red and I decided to start highlighting the robes. This is just one of 2 reds that I used to do those highlights. Next, going in with Moot Green, I then began to highlight any of the black areas on the pack and on the figure, just to create that Dark Angel's green that I was looking for. Following this, I then went in with Evil Sun Scarlet, also again over the robes, just to add a secondary highlight. Then, using Pallid Witch Flesh, I went in over any of the tunics. For the gold elements, I used Liberator Gold, and for the silver elements, I used Stormhost Silver. And that is how I painted my figure, but of course, like I said, if you want the full length thing, then please feel free to have a look at the streams channel, where I have multiple hours of footage on painting all three. If you haven't already caught our lives, please feel free to tune in for our lives. I stream most days, but I update in the Discord channel, which you'll find linked down below, on whether or not I'll be streaming that day or not. As you can see, these figures are stood on a Martian light base. You don't have to worry though, I'll be doing a tutorial on this one on Wednesday in the form of a short, so if you want to see how I did that, then stay tuned for that. Down in the description you'll find a link to 2 other channels. The first is Mr. Nerd's channel, so if you enjoy MMOs and action RPGs, then please feel free to have a look at that. If you enjoy lore on topics like Tolkien, Warhammer, Resident Evil, general nerdy lore, then you'll love my channel, so if you want to have a look over there, that's also available to you. Anyway, that'll be it from me. Have a wonderful day, or night, wherever you are in the world. And as always, peace out guys.